morning. Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. I'm Robin Schmidt and I am an independent chalk couture designer, and I'm here to share with you the love of creating with chalk couture. And chalk couture is a DIY home decor company that specializes in reusable silkscreen transfers, chalkology, chalk paste, and inks that we can use to go over those silkscreen transfers and create prints on signs, home decor pieces, fabrics such as t-shirts, ball caps, tote bags, tea towels, even on stoneware that you can heat set that ink in the oven to become permanent. So a lot of fun projects to do, and let's get started. Today we are going to create another set of bunnies, chalk couture, which is a company that I have the website to that you can shop on, and there should be a link up above and even somewhere down below. Hopefully you'll see the Visit Chalk Couture site. And we have these little white cutout bunnies. They come in a box like this, and they come with a white wash finish on them. They come two sizes, two positions. So we have the little sitting bunny, and they're double-sided, so you can create on both sides. And then they have the stand-up bunny. This is my last set that I have not touched yet. So I think I ordered 5, and so I'll be creating those too. I haven't decided what to do with these yet, but I'm going to show you a set I did yesterday, and then we're going to work on another set today. Totally 2 different looks. Well, all my bunnies have had different looks. Some kind of have the same maybe technique to them, but totally different themed. So I'm going to check my iPad, make sure you can see me okay. Say hello to everybody who's jumping on this morning. Say hello, Morgan. She's always the first one to say hi. Hi, Morgan. At least she has been lately. All right, very good. So, also yesterday I did a time-lapse video. Well, I cut parts out of it, but I did time-lapse video of a sign I made yesterday, and I'm going to show you the sign. It's the home. Stand back so you can see it. This was totally a white framed whiteboard with a red Merry Christmas, I think it said on it, and I totally painted over it. I painted the frame to give kind of a wood finish look, the gray washed out wood finish on the frame. That's all done with craft paint. Then I waxed it to seal that in, and then I painted all of this, and you can see the technique on how I did that. And then I used our Bless Our Home transfer. It has the wreath. It comes with the O, but you can also use a wreath, and it comes with that. I actually ended up laying that wreath down twice. I turned it a quarter turn on the second time, so it just makes the wreath a little bit thicker than just one layer of the wreath. So that's why it's just a little bit thicker, just by placing that transfer on a second time and turning it like a quarter. Maybe it wasn't even a quarter. Maybe it was more like 1/8 of a turn. So there you go. The background is done with our farmhouse tile, the same pattern that's up here in this sign here, but I just did the outline of that shape right there, not the whole thing, just to give it a little bit of a background. So you can watch the time-lapse video on how I created that on my page. Let me set that back here so I don't get anything spilled on it. Also yesterday, I did not do this on a video. I just created these little set of bunnies. They also have the scrapbook paper around the body of the bunny. I don't do it around the ears. I just kind of leave those separate for some reason. I just think they're kind of fun. Just to have it on the body part. This one is just done with paint. And I did put a little bit of that shimmer wax paste from Deco Art on it.
And then I transferred on the outline of the bunny with our Bunny Duo transfer. Whoops. And then this one was also paint. So I painted the back sides too and put some of the shimmer on the backs. So this one was painted, and then I put a little bit of scrapbook paper, torn, and then its outlines. And it has like a plaid type border. So sanded them down a little bit. No, these I didn't sand down. I did just the edges. I did sand down the edges, but I didn't sand down any of the white. I just added the paint to it in the Deco Art. You can see where it's shiny. That's that Deco Art metallic luster wax that you can get at the craft store. So again, those are my little pink bunnies. These bunnies are all going to go out to the attic and valley to be sold out there. Let me set those back over here. But today we're going to do more, we're going to do carrots and a black and white gray type theme on these. Now these I did sand down a little bit with my hand sander, electric sander, and left quite a bit of the white. Sometimes I take more of the white off, but mostly around the edges. This I'm going to cover in paper so I don't bother to sand that, except for the ears where I don't put the paper. I do sand down the ears, and then we're going to paper around here. And same with this one. And I do the front and the back. Okay, so that's just from using the little hand electric sander. Fastest way to do it. Okay, so today I'm going to use this trim on one of them. This is a vintage looking newspaper, kind of like a garden section. It's got advertisements for gardening. This was scrapbook paper, and honestly, I've had this a while, so it may be discontinued now. But I thought it'd be fun to put some strips of that around one of the bunnies. The other bunny is going to get this little mini buffalo plaid. And then, maybe we're going to chalk the patterns on first. Then we'll put the strips around the outside. And then I'm going to show you my little surprise I'm going to do on this guy. But this one we're going to put a little bit of the country plaid transfer on it. And perhaps I did not pull that out of my closet of transfers. Let me go grab it. You could also do the mini buffalo plaid. It would be cute. I'm going to do the this brand new country plaid on the bunny that's sitting. And I think we're going to do it in Storm. There won't be much of it, just a little bit on his body here. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to do his face. I think I'm going to do just his body. And I'm just going to leave this on the backer sheet so I don't have to fight the whole thing. And let's see if we can kind of put this big square right where his neck would be. And we're just going to start it from his collar, like his collar down. I'm going to place him right across the collar of his neck, or got it stuck to itself. There we go. They are sticky. Okay, so I'm just going to do from this point on, and we're just going to do his body. I think I'm going to leave his, well, you know what, his whole face is pretty much covered by the that big square. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do his ears, and then that whole square is going to cover up his face. which might be kind of cool. Let's see. Because I still might put his facial features from the bunny duo on it. So let me get it lined up just perfect. Right like that. I don't know how well you can see that. But you probably can't tell. But his face, let me get my fingers, is right there underneath that square. So I won't have any paste on his face, just on his body and up on his ears. I think that might look kind of neat. And I'm going to do it in Storm. Let's see, do we have any more comments? Which can't get them to come up on my iPad. There we go. Hello, been here since the start and just staining while I watch. Awesome, Amanda. Buns. I've never heard anybody call them buns or buns for bunnies. I get excited when your notifications. Oh, Morgan, that's great. Thanks. Good morning, Joanne and Denise. Mary Carol. Am I saying that right? TGIF is right. Okay, we got some Storm here. And we're just gonna put on some Storm on top of this bunny using our country plaid on our bun, as you guys are calling them. And there. I think we got it covered. Quick and easy. Get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to pull that up. Look how cute that is. Just so his face is still his face. Isn't that cute? All right. I'm not done with him yet, obviously. We got to trim out his sides. And there's something else I'm going to do to these bunnies. I'll show you when we get the other one ready to go. Dry that really well. Good morning, Darla. Beth. Amanda. Hello. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. My daughters and husbands and their kids are coming over tonight for a pasta dinner, so I have to get that. Probably need to go to the store for a little bit of stuff and, you know, get the house picked up and get that going. So when everybody gets off work, they can come over and relax. So I'm going to sand this down just a little bit, just to kind of smooth it, and just with a really fine paper. Because we're going to do another transfer on top. And this also just kind of makes it look aged again. So, okay. Now what we're going to do is take our Cottontail Farms. This was it's available, but it came out last year, but it is on our website again for this spring season. It's got a cute bunny rabbit in it. Oops. And it says Cottontail Farms. Cottontail Farms. And I don't know if they changed, it says established 2020. I don't know if that got changed on this year's or not, if it still says 2020. It's got some cute little flowers to put on the bunny or around your design, but they're cute on the bunny's collar if you're doing the bunny. But it also has this carrot, which I haven't even used this carrot, but we're going to use the carrot on these bunnies. So let's throw this back in here. Now, I pulled out, I don't have orange peel, and it's not available right now. It's being made into the new formula, but I do have a really, really old, this is like a 2-ounce jar from way back at the beginning of Couture. They had 2-ounce jars, but I do have some orange, and I have papaya, and then I have some pesto green, and we are going to try to open this jar. Make little diagonals of carrots, like coming across his body like this, and then we'll put on the scrapbook paper. Oops, I gotta cut this. This is a 2-layer carrot, so you want 2 shades of orange when you create with this, because you got your base of the carrot, and then you got like a highlight. So this goes on top of that. So it would go right, yeah. And I'm going to put one here in the middle, and then I'm going to brick stagger them in my lines. So we're not going to get too many on, but we're going to get a few. And so I'm probably going to start with the papaya. And I'm going to leave the green, the tops, carrot tops, to do in this pesto. Just like this. I'll take that one off. Okay. And then that second color of orange will go where you see the white after this dries. Let's go ahead and dry it, and then we'll do some more layers of carrots. I'm going to reverse it and go the opposite direction and start about halfway in the carrot. And I think I need to change to a multi-tool here. So this will take me a little bit to get all these layers on here. This is kind of how I did the fork and spoon on that. If you got to see that, I accidentally chalked my little registration mark, so I'm going to wipe that off. Okay, so we just got this row started, these rows, and let's keep going. green. It's gonna look so cute when it's done. A few more on the bottom. It's getting there. Looking really cute. See him? He's looking very gardenish. Hopefully we can get some good prints without having to wash this. So we'll see. One more on the bottom. And we'll plunk one down here. I may have to wash it. It's really getting, wipe it off a little bit. Just using a Clorox wipe and wiping off a lot of that chalk paste so I can see the silk screen and have a really good print. So let's dry that off. So got one more to put right around his tail area, and maybe I could do a part of one up here. Get up to his neck area. Oh yeah. And I really don't. Now we gotta do the other orange part. We don't have to, but I think I will. So there he is with his carrots on him. He's super cute. These are, I'm actually gonna put a carrot on him too. I was thinking about doing small carrots around like almost like a necklace. So if I do a short version of this carrot, two carrots. He's a 2-carat rabbit. That. Got some stuck up in there. he's gonna have like a little carrot bow tie type thing. Probably need that green too. All right, so I gotta add the other orange part. See, it's gonna be cute. So I'm gonna take my brighter orange and just lay these down on top of them real quick. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully I can get it matched up pretty good. Trick is matching up all these lines. And if I don't get it matched perfectly, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Turn it around. I'm not going to worry about matching it up too much. I'm just trying to get some of that brighter orange on it. Enough. There we got our carrots on. Try this. Oops, I missed one. Missed this one right here. See if I can get these guys. It's pretty hard to see it with all this paste on it. I got it pretty good. Oops, there we go. Pretty cute. Now we gotta put the paper on the edging and wax them down a little bit. I think they're gonna be awesome. Drying really well. These carrots are from Cottontail Farms, which is on the website. I don't know if it's in the catalog, but it is on the website because it came out last year. So it is available. I dry that really well. And if you've been watching me lately, you know my nose runs, which drives me nuts. All right. Love the carrot pattern. Great idea. Thanks. Doesn't she? I can't get enough of her stuff. What are you talking about, Morgan? Carla, you have the cutest ideas. Oh, thanks. All right. Now we got to cut our paper. And this one is going to go on this paper, on this bunny. And the little teeny buffalo plaid, which I would not want to put on here. That would be too much pattern. So he's going to go on the carrot one, okay? Yeah, so we need to cut some 3/4 inch strips. 3/4 of an inch. That's how wide our bunnies are. And I definitely want this part that says vegetable plants. I really want that to be across this bunny's back. So I want to start my cut there. And I'm thinking, so I know I want that one, and I need 3/4. And I'm going to have to cut it so I can see it right across his back. So it's going to be like right there. So I need to cut pretty much right here. Okay. So that's going to go there. So you can see vegetable plants on his back. And then we need this start here. So this one strip should do it. Thinking, okay, and then we need 3/4 inch strips for the tall bunny. And I think he takes 2, one for each side. Okay. And I'm going to use let's get a little piece of cardboard to put the Mod Podge on these strips. So I'm going to start with this one. We need these, and we're going to need these. So we're going to start out with the little bunny. We'll do that one. So I just apply Mod Podge to the back of the strips. Not super thin, kind of a nice good coat. That allows a little bit of, so you can slide the strip around and get it into position. So it makes it kind of slippery at first, but okay, this one's going on his back. I'm just going to slide that under his ears, start it right where his head starts, and then just push it down. And I find that the multi-tool works great for pressing that in those crevices or those little valleys of his cutout shape. So just take your time. So it kind of slides around on you at first, so just kind of keep pressing. You might need to press out the excess glue a little bit. to make sure it's stuck in as much as you can to every little bit of that edge. You can see it looks really cute. Vegetable plants on him. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. I'm making sure my words are in the same direction as the other words. Don't put my strip on upside down. And you can about see where the two pieces meet, so just trim that off. Usually I have a meet down here on the bottom, but since I wanted the vegetable plants thing, it's kind of back in here where they're meeting under his tail. Super cute. Sometimes I do put their faces on and sometimes I don't. So I'll decide that later. There's his face, or we can go faceless. I've done them both ways. Okay, so now let's put this strip on this bunny. And I might put his face on just to maybe just his face and not the rest of his markings, to kind of bring in this gray color. I might do it in a storm just to get this color over here. If that makes sense. But he'll look different once he gets this paper on him, because it's in that black. So let's see what he looks like. Whoop. And I start it right where his ears end and his head starts. You can go all the way around the bunny, but I kind of like making his ears special, or his body special, whatever. So we're just going to start it. And here's where you really need that tool to go around his hands, to tuck that in up under it. This paper is a little bit thinner than other papers I've been using, and it's wrapping around his hands really easily, which is nice. So he comes down to the bottom, but I'm going to cut it about halfway, and then we'll meet the other strip at that point. And I'm going to try to cut straight this time. There we go. So always go back and make sure everything's pressing up against the sides here like you want. Yeah, gives them a different look. I'm probably going to put dark wax over this so it kind of darkens down that white a little bit. Okay, let's do the other side. I feel this paper is just a smidgen wide, too wide than what I would like. Like I must have cut it just a little bit wide, which I may have to sand it. Sand it so you don't feel the edge of the paper. And that you kind of want to wait till your Mod Podge is pretty dry to do that. Look at him, he's cute. So I'm going to put their faces on them. I think I'm going to do it in black. Gray, charcoal, I don't know, I can't decide. I do have like a charcoal that I create with gray and black. It's not black, but it's darker than Storm. And I might use that just to tie in the charcoal gray black color to the front of the bunny. And here it's just a really almost black, but it's like a charcoal. So we need to get our bunny duos out and get their little here. And then the decision really is the whole thing or just his head, which I might just do his head first and see if I like that. Instead of, sometimes I, like I said, sometimes I put the whole thing all over the body. And I did here because his body was more plain, so I got the spots on the back. But I went ahead and put his hip in and all that. But I think on this one, I'm just going to do his head. So we just need to line up where that would be. Somewhere in there. A little bit of my charcoal gray. For his face and ears. It looks kind of cute just like that. And I do the same thing on the small one. And since I chalked his ears, I don't know if I'll chalk his with the country plaid. I'm trying to see if I want to do his ears. I think I'll just do his actual face, since he has the pattern on his ears. Is he super cute? So we'll wash those up. So let's dry everything off and sand a little bit around the edges of that paper and put a little dark wax on them, and they will be done. I'm going to get the heat on the strips of paper too, and then dry that Mod Podge a little bit so I can sand that. And I think it's mostly just this paper here that's a little wide. So I'm just going to kind of rub it down a little bit with the sandpaper. And that kind of tears it along the edge, so you can kind of tear off that little bit of extra that's hanging over. Okay. It's pretty cute. I'm going to take a little bit of stained, distressed ink, and because I can see the whiteness of the paper on the edges, and I want that to be darker. So you see how it's white? I'm going to darken that a little bit with some stain, what do you call it, distressed ink. And I'll just do it in the walnut. You just take this, and you're just going to go along the edge. And it just will darken up that white paper. Which probably the dark wax would have done that trick too. But since I already started, I'll finish this up. Better. I'm going to do it on this guy too. These bunnies have been out in the garden. I may not even need to use the wax, since I can just kind of darken this bright white up here with the ink on his ears, which I was going to do with the dark wax, but now I can just do it with this. Ta-da! There they are. There's their papers. Aren't they cute? Cute little guys. Ready for the garden. I just put some little, clear wax. Since I've already kind of darkened them with the distressed ink, I'm just going to put a little bit of clear wax on them. I always think that kind of just smooths everything out a little bit, and of course once it hardens, it makes everything harder and seals it in and a little tougher. So I'm just going to take some clear wax and go over them. Even on the paper, everywhere. The back. I was originally going to use these carrots. If you have really old transfers, there's some other carrots in, I don't even know what it was called, but it was an old Easter transfer that had some carrots in it. And then I remembered this had carrots, and it's something that you can get now. So that's why I went with this carrot. He's a little more detailed with that layering. He's really cute, right? So let's put a little bit of wax on the back. And these little garden bunnies are done. And oh, so cute. Here's their sides, their backs. Love it. I love it when an idea comes together. All right. All right, guys, that's my project for this morning's live. Thanks for watching. Let's see if you have any more questions. So cute, adorable, gorgeous. What type of ink are you using? It's called Distress Ink. It's by Tim Holtz. You can buy it at any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. This is Walnut Stain. This is a big one. They're I had to order this one for Amazon. But they also sell like a mini pack of 4 different colors. You can get 4 of these in 4 different colors in a pack, like at the hobby store. Those are easy to find. And then when you get these, you want to make sure you get the sponge ones and not the felt ones, because these are removable. You can replace them. But make sure you get the sponge and not the felt. The felt ones don't work for this. At least not for me. Okay. Now I got my hands all dirty, but there. And let's see, any more questions? Cute, cute, super cute. Remind me of the scrapbook, scrapbook.com. And, you know, I buy paper maybe once or twice a year. So I just, you know, and then it can be discontinued. So just try to find papers you like and then design around them. Yeah, Cottontail Farms. Okay, and I think that's it for questions, right? That I'm seeing anyway. All right, guys. I'll talk with you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.